First of all, salute to the Screamers. Talking about what we don't like.
Yeah, the streamers are killing it.
To the Screamers. Let me tell you something. I have watched so many different versions of Screamer University because the brilliant thing about Screamer University is you got Kai Cenat, who's the center of it, but you bring in all of these different Screamers, and literally all of them are shooting their own versions of this one reality show that you created.
It's Avengers.
And what I love about what Kai's doing, what Drewski's doing, all they're doing is taking old models and just putting new energy into it. When you look at Drewski with his Could Have Been Records or Could Have Been Love, that's Making the Band. That's Flavor of Love. All them old shit we used to watch on reality TV. Screamer University, that's College Hill in the real world live. That's literally all that is. College Hill in the real world live. But man, my favorite, that little motherfucker, little Reggie. Reggie
hilarious
from Baltimore is a funny motherfucker, man. You don't watch Reggie?
I gotta watch.
Girl, he too funny.
I've seen the. I've seen him and Kai's stuff.
Kai put me on to him, and then I just be funny. Like, that dude is funny, and the thing I like about the Screamers, that's real talent. And I'm gonna tell you why that's real talent, because it reminds me of radio.
You got to be live.
You got to be live
in the moment.
You're sitting there. You're entertaining. You might be playing music. You might be critiquing music. You might just be kicking it with your friends. You might be talking about a topic. You got your chat there, so your chat is like the phone calls that are calling in. Those, I love this.
There's also, and I'm not like watching tons of the stream, but there also is an air of positivity in it.
Yeah.
There's an excitement in it. There's an enthusiasm in it, right? There's like a joy. People's lives are really tough right now.
And they're not doing fuck shit.
Exactly. So it's like, you want to kind of forget about how difficult your life is. You want to get lost in a world that is fun and entertaining. Eventually, when people's lives are really shitty, they're not going to just watch videos that are just tearing down everything because it's just going to remind them of their life. They want to get lost in some fantasy. And that's what those worlds create, this beautiful fantasy that people can exist in, laugh at, and it's fun.
It's fun.
You have to pay attention to what culture wants. Like,
fun. Salute to Duke Dennis. He from South Carolina. Like, I really enjoy watching the Screamers. And to that, what you just said, Show, is so true. Because sometimes I'll click on the videos that are meant for drama, and I'm like, I don't want to watch this shit.
Oh, the drama channels are done soon.
And then I'll click on a Screamer and just be chuckling my ass off.
But and that's a good thing that I'm happy about the younger generation, because they're pushing that positive message. Like, they kind of police streaming. They don't like streamers that shit on other streamers and all that stuff. Like, they cut all that nonsense out. And so it's like, it's just refreshing to see.
You know why though? Because the top guy is so positive.
Yeah.
Salute to Kai Cenat. Kai Cenat,
it all trickles down, though.
That's it. He's so positive. I know I ruined the generation. I know I did. I know I ruined the generation. You know what I mean? Because I got ruined by people that came before me, right? I didn't know any better.
You thought that was the way.
I thought that was the way.
And that might have been what culture needed at the time.
At the time, yeah.
It might have been,
see that.
You know, like when things are amazing, it's nice to be cynical.
Yeah.
When everybody got money and everybody's thriving, it's nice to have a little edge and cut.
Let me shit on the rich.
Exactly.
I punched up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You just, no, think about it, because he's this radio dude, and then you got these big fucking artists coming in, and at the time, he's not Charlamagne, the guy like we know. He's this guy who's, early on, you're like, what, third mic with Wendy or something like
Second
that?
Mic with Wendy.
Second mic with Wendy, but like, it's still the people coming on the show were more famous than you.
Yeah.
And you're operating almost as us. We're seeing everybody getting out here and get money. Oh, it's nice to see people get humbled. Once we're all humbled, we want someone to believe in, bro. Like,
that's right.
Give us some distraction.
But you know, that's so funny that you say that, because yes, I punched up. So now in this position, I don't want to punch down. Like, I don't have no reason to shit on any new artist.
But it's fun sometimes.
It's really not.
You like to do it.
You know, I'm gonna tell you why it's not, because I've seen some of these young artists come through and tell me how that impacted them when I said this shit about them, because they got uncles and aunts and moms and dads who've been listening to me forever.
You made Post Malone a country singer.
Yep.
He deserved it. I don't have no sympathy for him. See, that's not the one that was a terrible example. I have no, and he did just fine for himself. I have no sympathy.
You nudged him in the way, in the right direction.
Tell him the truth.
You nudged him in the right direction.
I told him that him and that girl wasn't gonna be together no more. Go back and watch the first interview. Was I wrong? What was her name? Ashley or some shit like that. Wherever I told him, you know he's gonna leave you, right?
Yeah.
You know he's gonna. I was right. Everybody
always gotta
gets mad.
say it though.
But it's the truth.
Okay,
It's the truth.
You made him a billionaire. Bro.
But shout out to the Screamers. The reason the Screamers are the way that they are is because of Kai. Kai is a emotionally intelligent, positive person.
Yep.
And he's had massive success. Whenever you see somebody having that level of success, you want to emulate that. So all of those other dudes are gonna be like, oh, I want to be on that type of time. I want to be on that type of time.
I saw it with Joe in comedy. It's like Joe is so supportive of other comedians, so supportive, like constantly trying to put people on. And then you saw the effect that had on the comedy world, which is usually like a deeply like angry, bitter, competitive, nobody wants to help each other. And you saw everybody start going, no, maybe we should help each other. This would be really good.
Yeah.
All start doing each other's pods, all start promoting each other's stuff. And it really lifted the whole scene up. And you see it happen with the streamers as well. I think it's fantastic.
I always wondered if Joe was influenced by the Champs podcast. Everybody forgets the Champs podcast. Neil Brennan and Moshe Kasher. Like they were the original podcast that was for the comedian, but Neil...
No, Joe was doing it before that.
He was?
Yeah.
Champs was around a long time. When did Champs start? Chris, you remember?
2013-ish, but I think Rogan was around.
Yeah, Rogan probably. Yeah, Rogan might have been around like 3 years.
They also had a limited scope because it
was all black.
Yeah, black.
It was all black. Like that's why Champs stopped doing the podcast because
they ran out of black.
All the black comedians. Literally, I'm not even joking. And by the way, some of the best interviews I first heard of Miss Pat on the Champs podcast. Tiffany's story. I knew Tiffany, but I didn't really know her story until the Champs podcast. Tiffany Haddish, like, you know, early Arsenio Hall stories, Chris Rock, like, but they only did black podcasts. So yeah, you're right. I feel like Rogan started doing it later, uplifting the comedians though. When he first started, I think.
No, he had these guys on early, man. He didn't even know what the pod was. There's a great moment where he's on the Tom Green show. He's on Tom. Remember Tom Green?
Yeah, hell yeah.
And he's like, so wait a minute, you're shooting this live? Like he learns what a podcast is essentially on Tom Green's show.
Yeah, Tom used to scream on Stickley.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Gotta keep a straight face. Come on.
Don't do it.
What?
Don't do it.
You had me.
Yes.
Chris, you're too easy. You're such an easy way. Like Chris is so easy. Chris is always ready to
there with
suck.
his legs open.
You know what I'm saying? Chris just waiting. Let's pay some bills, tell him, do some asking idiots.